Well, YouTube, this is it. Train Maniac here with the final video for the train layout that's in its current stage because it's going to begin takedown soon. This is different for me because I don't show my face on YouTube. So let's just get into this bittersweet video because this layout's been up here now for about 12 years and I've gotten enjoyment out of it, but it's time for a new layout that's got bigger curves and can fit bigger engines. So let's get into this new video of the end of this current layout that has been on YouTube since the start of its existence. So let's get into it. As I said in the beginning, this is a teardown of the layout, but I figured I'd do the whole train room as well. So coming into the train room, I have a few signs up on the wall. I had an F-150 for a little bit, so there's an F-150 sign, a GT350 sign because I love the Ford Mustang, Route 66 license plate, an older style New York State license plate, Railroad Ave sign, and a New York Yankees license plate. Then going down the wall, got an American flag, and then next to that is a custom 3D printed F1 car, bunch of Islanders and Jet stuff, some Pops, and some Star Wars stuff that my brother's into. Then after that, got a record player, along with an older radio and my film camera stuff. And then on this side, going back to here, have a Friends poster, a couple railroad lanterns, blue light, insulator, a lock, and then before we go into the training room itself, we have a Spartan race bib from my first Spartan race that I've done. I've done the trifecta. It's very hard. If you got the guts to do it, I say do it. But they're very hard. Moving along, we have this reproduction railroad crossing stop, look, and listen sign. Then up here, I got our New York Central lock, set of matches from the New York Central Explorer train itself. All matches are inside. Broken crossing gate light, and then down here I have an oil can from the New York Central from Weehawken, New Jersey. Then continuing on from that oil can, we have something actually really cool. This is a New York Central FA2 number board from the conductor side of the cab. It's pretty cool. Picked it up a few weeks ago actually from a guy in Bergenfield, New Jersey. Then continuing in New York Central Dean, we have a New York Central 20th Century Limited in the 1938 scheme because it's in a lighter gray. The 48 has a darker gray. Got a couple pictures from Croton Harmon. We have this print from Croton Harmon. I bought this off somebody from the Kingston Model Aero Club, and the guy that's actually riding the pilot of the T-motor is the person who I bought it off of. I thought it was pretty cool. Got an Italian flag because I'm Italian. We got an S-motor sticker from the Danbury Railway Museum. Then moving up, we also have a New York Central Steam sign and a New York Central T-motor sticker, all the way from the New York line from the Danbury Railway Museum. Got Jenkinson's Point Pleasant Beach postcard for the 90th anniversary. Got some chicken flingers, along with an MBTA Charlie ticket, a Metro ticket, a Baltimore and Ohio sign, circular, New York MTA Team Transit badge, a New York Ontario on a Western sign, a Metro card, because you know Metro cards are cool and they're going out this year, an In-N-Out Burger hat, an Illinois Railway Museum ticket. Awesome museum. I went there in 2022. Then we have a postcard of a New York Central, PA. And then I love going to the Yankee game. So when I take the train down, I save the ticket for the significance. Like these two tickets here are 2 times the Yankees clinched the playoffs. So I was there in 19 when they won against, I forget who, but they clinched the game and I was there. And then 2021 is when Aaron Judge walked it off against the Rays. The Yankees won that game 1-0. Got an MTA hard hat, a pair of pieces from my Lionel Bridge set because I lost the bottom metal part to it. Then in between are 2 posters. One is a Delaware and Hudson, PA, and then an Amtrak FP45. Then as we get into the train room, we got some more posters and stuff. Entering the train room now, I have a pair of New Haven calendar shots. The whole train room is lined with calendar shots because back in the 80s when these calendars were made, they used a thicker paper, and it's pretty good actually to hang up on the wall. So next to those prints, we have a hat rack, which is from my childhood bedroom. And then going up onto the shelf part is a New York Central ticket for a town in my area, West Nyack. Got a crossing gate that I made. Mets bear, because my no-no was into the Mets. We got another insulator. That one's from the Delaware and Hudson up in Rupersville, New York. Got a Marks tin plate caboose, a little Santa Fe pencil sharpener, a little Aaron Judge, and then that insulator I believe I got up in Campbell Hall on the Erie. Could be wrong. Then like I said, I got these calendar prints all along the wall of the train room of different scenes on the New York Central. Like I said, I know this is a layout update or a layout end, but I have to showcase everything in the train room since stuff is going to change. Up next, we have this subway sign for 161st Street Station, Yankee Stadium. I believe that picture is of Weehawken, New Jersey, a New York Central train heading northbound. And then before we get to the layout, talking about this side room here that has my workbench. So had to cut the video because the 2 zoom wasn't zooming out for some reason. Here we have my workbench area. Up top is a I'd rather be riding the train license plate cover from Metro North, followed by a steam locomotive poster that I've had since my original train room. This is a hurricane evacuation plan. Grab a beer, run like hell for Anna Maria Island down in Florida. And unfortunately, after I bought that sign right after the hurricane went through in August, so I thought it was a little funny. It's also a little sad. But here we have a workbench that I made over last summer. Right now it's a storage area for sculpt the mode. Yeah, I was going to use that, but the layout's got to come down. Got my cradle. Got a kit over there for a charger, and then some scenery stuff. Then below that, we have a New Jersey Transit system map from 2013. That's a blue flag. It's used to stop trains, and then we have a magazine in here. Moving on from that, we have something pretty cool. This is a New York Central system step stool, original, not restored. Picked this up from a guy up in Waterbury, Connecticut a few weeks ago. It's pretty cool. I gotta clean it up a little more, but with the water lately, Just haven't had the chance to do it outside. Then moving up, we have this Lionel tin sign of a Pennsylvania Railroad S2. Then below that, we got, in my opinion, the greatest engine ever made by Lionel, the Hudson New York Central calendar, because I love the Central, if you couldn't tell yet. And then a little poster, I guess you can say, the 5340 from Lionel's 90th. I think that's when they did the 5340, was for the 90th. And then another New Haven poster calendar. But other things on this wall include an Amtrak People Care pin, Trains Are Back Amtrak, and an F40 pin that states, "I am on track for reservations call quality." Next to that, we got a MTA Metro North Railroad owner plate for an M1 builder plate, which we'll get to. We have another pin here. Easy come, easy go, Amtrak. Gotta love that pointless arrow. Continuing with the pins, we've got a Ride the Turbo Train pin from 1973. The Onondaga Cardiff, Dave Albee's amazing HO layout, Sport and Race pin, an Empire Connection pin, direct service to Penn Station. This pin is when Amtrak transitioned from Grand Central to Penn Station for coming in and out of New York. And then a Metro North Railroad 40th anniversary pin. And then we have this guy here hanging from a parachute. Continuing on before we get to the layout again, here we have two metal shelves that house this is a small bit of my collection. First two shelves where layers are trains, and then the third some storage. Following that behind me is this Amtrak AEM7 number board, number 908. I bought this off a guy up at Amherst a couple years back. Then after that, we have this shelf right here. Just some bare spaces because there was standard gauge stuff on here, but I sold that recently. So instead, we have a couple timetables. That's a New Haven timetable. New Haven playing cards. NJT playing cards. Set of Amtrak Pointless Arrow playing cards. And then a New York Central timetable. Then we have an NWY class picture. And then another frame. Both from calendar. Then you got a pair of Lionel clocks up here. I believe this New York Central postcard is the train going to Kroger's, New York. I could be wrong. Got this Lionel post-war bridge with a laser engine on it. Got a Lionel clock. Lionel calendar. I haven't really changed, but broken clock's wrong once a day. I mean, twice a day, so that calendar's right once a year. We have a Mickey Mouse hand card that Lionel did a few years back. That's a great piece. And then we have this piece of Bondo down here. This piece of Bondo, pick it up, put it in the light for you guys. So this piece of Bondo is from the tail end of the famous New York Central Hickory Creek, which is owned and operated by the United Railroad Historical Society of New Jersey, or URHS. And I picked up this piece of Bondo from when we redid the car's tail end about 4 years ago now. That's crazy. Yeah, we took all the Bondo off the end of the car that had water under it, and we redid the whole thing. So I asked if I could take a piece of the Bondo, and this is where the stripe would have lined up towards the tail end of the car. So since I was a part of that project, I knew I needed to have a piece of it with me to remember. Then moving on, we have my collection of trains. Go kind of slow for you guys. pan out for the whole collection here. Some favorites are the MTH Rail King ILO Toy Trains complete set, the MTH Rail King Blue Comet set. I'm a sucker for the K-Line Hudson. There's one down there, and then I have another one on the layout. This 5344 is the non-command version. Then the 5343 down there is the TMCC version. Got this New York Ingredion Lake GP9, I think it is. That was a custom owned by the High Railers. Great engine. Detail is basically perfect on it. I have a picture of myself with the 1267 when the stuff was getting out at Dundee, so I had to get that. So D&H stuff, New Haven, whole lot of steamers, FAs. This S2 is actually up on the Saratoga, Cornet, and Hudson. I think that's what it is. The SCH. It's a legacy model. That's a great model. New York Central FA is always nice too. That's why I had to get that number board. Then I'm a sucker for milk cars. These are all line-up milk cars from 2005, 2006. Have a whole milk train. I love it. Couple post-war switchers. A Williams reproduction F unit set. The El Capitan. The brown cars, the Madison cars that Lionel did in the 50s, but this is the repro from the 90s, I think. Then I got a bunch of Rail King scale passenger cars to go behind the Hudson or anything else New York Central. But that's the collection, and now let's get on to the layout. Now that we have the training part of this video done, let's focus on the part that most people have been waiting for, which is the train layout itself. So the train layout is two 4x8 sheets of plywood put together into the shape of an L. And with that, I am able to have 2 loops of track in a mini yard. The only difference is this part right here, where I have a little, probably roughly 4 inches, maybe 5 inches off the main table, so I'm able to have this outside loop have a 10-inch straight crossing right here. This also gives me more space for this dog bone, for say, loop on the inside to come in and swing out. So, starting over here in the back corner, we have a MTH Valley hardware store that I picked up off trains.com. It's sitting over here in the corner because it looks nice and there's a little tree next to it. Then coming off that, we have a pair of HO signals, non-operational, a K-line mini crossing gate, and a Lionel crossing gate that's not hooked up. And then in this corner, we have a mini hillside scene that I wasn't able to finish because the idea of the layout coming down, I was like, there's not really a reason to finish it if it's not going to be up for so long. And then swinging off here to the curve, we have a Spartan race. It's like a paperweight, basically. But it's pretty cool. I just keep it there, because why not? Then going into the town, we have a MTH hobby shop with a Lionel billboard on top. A mini park area with that crossing gate. We have a K-Line convenience store. I think this was a kit building that my friend did. And then we have a Metro North Railroad M1 builder's plate that I got off eBay a while back. And then as we swing through the town some more, we have this Lionel pedestrian overpass bridge. And further working our way through downtown, we have another MTH building with a P40 Mustang plane on top. You gotta love that shark front, man. Oh, so cool. I love those things. Then you got Lionel billboard on top. And since I didn't have a building for here, we have an HO building. And then we have our main street here, where a bunch of old vintage cars, because that's what I like. Then coming off that, we have a K-Line Starlight Diner with a couple of cars in the front. We have a Lionel flagpole with lights. Then before we swing to the mountain, we have this Lionel station area, which includes the Lionelville station and 3 of the great platforms. I plan on using and getting more of these gray platforms for the next layout because I just like the design of the brown bottom with the gray roof. Then swinging back out of town, we have pieces from my K-Line accessories kit for the playground. And same for here next to the house. And then behind the house, we have a hillside, which was covered in a layout update like 12 years ago now. Then after that, we have a Lionel house. And then we have this creek scene here. Again, since I was moving, I was like, or moving / taking the layout down. I was like, there's no point of doing too much scenery to the layout. Next up, we have a K-Line accessory. It's a smoking caboose. New York Central, of course, because as Rodney Kantorsky says, you know, screw the Pennsylvania Railroad. Behind that, we have the other K-Line crossing gate. Then we have a mountain scene, again on fitness, because, you know, I knew I was moving. And then we have this mountain section, which I got from the Bergen County Monorail Club probably 15 years ago now, a while. Then following that, we have a tunnel. I think that was like a boot box that my dad cut out and made a tunnel out of it. Then we have a hillside back there, white picket fence, and then a speeder shed in this back corner with a Lionel NJ Transit water tower. Got a Lionel milk car stand with Snoopy keep and watch. Then we have an MPC era station platform with the red roof and green base. Then we have a Plasticville station with a New Jersey Transit pin on top. We have a MTH water tower. And then as we zoom out, we'll come out, we have a Plasticville church from my dad's train set back in the 70s. And then we have some of the most scenic stuff I've done on the layout, which is this gravel road that goes from this crossing with FMS down here, past the farm, and then past the church to this beach parking lot, but we'll get to the beach in a second. Then we have this farm scene with a bunch of animals and a K-Line farm kit, including the chicken coop and the farm house, the barn. Then we have a metal crossing gate sign here. Then behind that is the Lionel cattle car with I think they're cows going into it. Then as I swing this way, we have, I think this is a Walters. Yeah, this is a Walters signal tower. And then a Lionel freight shed. Coming off the main line, then back towards the signal tower, we have this beach scene, which I did a while ago. Probably like 2017, 2018. Could be wrong though. So you got like the rocks here, and then the cottontails, which are from Hobby Lobby. Love that store, it's so addicting. You can get so much scenery stuff for the layout. But you know, scenery stuff I haven't used. And then we have like a little shed, which is used as like a ticket booth. We're going further in back here, we have a Lionel dumper catcher, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And then the other piece to the Walters signal tower yard kit. And then from that is basically the layout. So in the next part of this video, I'll have the trains running around for you guys, and then we'll have final thoughts, and then we'll call it.
Dispatcher, ready to roll. Can I move? Over. Sit tight for a minute. We've got some traffic to clear first. Out. Dispatcher, am I clear inbound? Over. Signal indication. Dispatcher, are we still clear all the way? Over. Dispatcher, are we clear through the diamond? Over. No speed restrictions through the interlocking. All clear. Out.
montage that I put in at the end of the video seemed a little fitting. It's the layout through different phases throughout the years and different clips I have on my phone. So that's a nice way to end this video. I will miss this layout. It's been a part of my life again for like 12 years or so it means a lot to me. But on to bigger and better things, as they say. So thank you so much for watching, and I will maybe see you in a future video if this goes well. And also, M Slicks Trains, I finally made a YouTube video. So let's see you do a layout update now, bud.